Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Growing Up Kayfabe. We are the Yeet and No Yeet of Wrestling podcast, the Yes and No of Wrestling podcast. I am your host, Joe. As always, with me, my best buddy, best co-host in the world, Darnell.
Words.
From now on, when I do the best buddy, best co-host in the world, I'm just gonna throw CM Punk over you, being like,
I'm the best. I'm the best in the world.
or maybe I'll just throw CM Punk passing out in John Cena's arms right there over you. Guys, before we go any further into this episode, I want to remind you that a like helps out. It goes a long way. A subscribe helps out. It goes a long way. A comment helps out. It goes a long way. And these things have all the same thing in common, which is that they are all free to do. I appreciate it. If you love wrestling, why not do those things? Let's make us a wrestling podcast in your Rolodex of wrestling podcasts that you listen to. It's Jim Cornette, then us, then Not Sam Radio, then WrestleMania. And when you go to the show notes down below, you can check out the timestamps. We have timestamps down there, so that way you can skip right to the stories that you want to hear and talk about and listen to. And we appreciate you. Thank you so much. And in this week, we'll dabble a little bit into some of the things that may have happened throughout the week. But the most important thing to talk about this week is Elimination Chamber 2025. So let's talk about it. First of all, I was snacking and shitting when the Elimination Chamber started. So I did not get to see, I don't even know if they aired it or not because I wasn't there, the Canadians booing the American national anthem again. Didn't know that happened.
Probably on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
Because I started it right at 7 or whatever time it fucking started.
Yeah, okay, so that must have been a thing they did. I'm assuming that it's something they might have aired, but then the boos made them go well, we're just not going to air that. But shouts out Pat, who immediately was like, yeah, this is a great PLE, but we're in one of the worst countries of all time. We're in such a bad, he just started ragging on Canada, and I'm like, fuck yeah, Pat, fuck them. Bunch of assholes. Just imagine just chilling, being like, man, I'm so excited to be in Toronto. I can't, man, Elimination Chamber is going to be great. Oh, they're playing the American national anthem. Oh, they're booing us. They're booing the fuck out of us. Okay.
Well deserved.
Listen, man, we're all just trying to watch some wrestling. I don't need an arena to boo the 10 American people that are there.
We shouldn't be fucking putting out our cult song. So
our what? Our cult song, yeah. Well, they played their song. We played "Oh Canada," which is horrible, by the way. "Oh Canada" is such a horrible national anthem.
They're all cult songs. We shouldn't be singing any of them.
Fair enough. I can agree with that. I'll take that standpoint. That's fair. But yeah, shouts out to Pat for that. And Canadians, you're so lucky that there wasn't any it would have been hilarious if they were just quick change up on the card. All the Canadians are losing. Fuck. That would have been really fucking funny to do. But that was not an opportunity or a thing that could happen.
There's only 4 Canadians on the card.
I know, that's what I'm saying. And then what?
And 2 of them had a match together.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So. Yeah. The match, the night starts off with the female elimination chamber. Here's the thing. We get such a great reward for the female elimination chamber. It starts off, Jade Cargill comes out once everybody gets into the ring, but the gate's not closed yet. She comes out. Everybody's like, oh shit, here we go. Liv's freaking out. Everybody's like, oh, Liv did it. She's scared. And then Jade does a pump fake. Boom. Starts pounding on Naomi, just beating the dog shit out of Naomi.
They did it together.
I think so.
Because the way Bianca was taking her jacket off was right when she was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I saw that people were talking about how Bianca was acting during when she first came out, not when she was beating the shit out of Naomi and screaming and banging on the thing, but I guess she was acting oh shit, she knows it was me, she knows it was both of us or something, but only went after Naomi. And also, Jay just could have just been playing smart where she's well, I can't get to Bianca anyway, it'd be a waste of time, so I'll just fuck up Naomi. What I didn't like about that was the fact that we just ended up getting a 5-women elimination chamber.
It was 7.
It was 7 for 3 minutes. It was 7, you're right. And then double elimination. Well, it was funny because me and you were having a moment there when Jade beat her up, and we were like, oh, she's gonna take her spot now, and we were like, yeah, that makes total sense. And then there was like this little back and forth where it was like, oh no, she's not. Oh wait, maybe she is taking the spot. No, she's not. And then she just left. Pulled an AJ Styles. Called it a day.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forgot about the AJ Styles shit from last year. Because they were just like, why would you go all the way to another country to beat a bitch's ass? And this is like, AJ traveled across the world, bro. Yep. Jay took like a quick, like maybe hour PJ flight, and that was it. Now AJ literally had to fly across the ocean.
Yep.
To fuck over LA Knight. Yeah. Which is amazing. This is just like, wow, bro. That's hatred.
For real. Love that. All in all, the women's chamber match was obviously good. My MVP was exactly who I thought it was going to be. Actually, it was not who I thought it was. I thought it was going to be Roxanne Perez, and I think Roxanne Perez did incredible. But Liv Morgan was the standout as per regular right now when she's around everybody. She crushed every spot she did. Real fucking genuinely a real ring general on there too. Get out, if you would.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. Like, that means there's probably not gonna be like any wrestling matches tomorrow. It's gonna be mostly talking.
Probably. It's gonna be a lot of vignettes and packages and promos, and then we're gonna have like probably, I think there's like 3 title fights tomorrow though. I think there's Rhea and Io. I know there's Rhea and Io. I think Ivy's going against what's her name, Valkyria, and I think the Creed brothers are supposed to have their tag team title match against War Raiders. And if they are, whenever they're having that, they're gonna take them. Like Ivy's gonna take the title, and the War Raiders will take the titles because they've already lost. So like, why would you just make another nothing loss title match for them? Gable said when he comes back, he wants there to be titles around people's waists around here, and that's what they're about to do. So that's probably, yeah, you're probably right. It's probably really going to be the only matches we get on Monday, probably. Maybe Roman comes back and like it talks about what he's going to do because he's not even in the picture for Mania right now.
He doesn't need to. It's all about John.
All about John. Well, fucking A. Bianca wins Elimination Chamber. Which makes it interesting because she still has the thing going on now with Jade and Naomi, unless they're full blown going to be like, no, it was Naomi. Naomi did it, so now Jade and Naomi have a thing going on. But
we won't see that till Friday anyway.
Yeah. Bianca going against Rhea Ripley or Io Sky, more than likely Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 41.
The only acceptable triple threat.
Yeah, I'd fuck with that.
WrestleMania.
I made myself crack up when I pointed it up. Like fucking Io creeps out as Rhea and Bianca are having their moment, and Bianca's probably like, "Oh my god, Damage Control, get out of here! Everywhere I go, why are you here right now?" Io's like, "I have a match tomorrow," and then she's like, "I don't care. I hate you. Why are you next to me right now?" After that, we had realized that they didn't have very much for the card for Chamber. After that, it was the tag team match, which was honestly
should have been on Smackdown.
Yeah, it really didn't have to be on a PLE. We could have done something else way cooler with that. But
like an actual title match, because there were no title matches this entire thing.
I agree. And instead, we got the crowd really didn't even pop when Trish came out. I was like, they were happy, like they obviously made noise, but it wasn't like it was the biggest person. Well, it was the biggest Canadian star they were gonna have there, and they were just like, nope. Speaking of, shouts out,
the biggest Canadian star won yesterday. So
Kevin,
exactly.
Shouts out to them. Shouts out to WWE not giving Drake any camera time. Speaking of that, totally could have. They were in Toronto. It would have been fine. The crowd probably still would have went crazy for him.
The only spotlight he got was from Logan.
Yeah.
For putting OVO on his pod.
Yeah.
It's just like, Why would you want to associate with that dude? But all right.
Yep. Kendrick's already writing lyrics about you, Logan. He's already written a song and a half about you. So yeah, after the tag team match, of which Trish and Tiffy obviously were going to win and did win, then it became into the unsanctioned match between Kevin and Sami Zayn. As we were joking about last night, unsanctioned also means that we did not sanction the lights. We only sanctioned the spotlights, and that's it. All right. We didn't sanction a lot of regular things. Okay. You don't get all the bells and whistles is what we found out.
Yeah, I honestly made it a little bit better because then they made the whole thing with Randy showing up, and they actually turned the lights on like right as he got into the ring. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Did that. Yeah, they could have made that match a whole lot worse, but they just chose not to. Like they really could have been fucking each other up.
Oh,
like, they
yeah.
were, but we needed some blood.
Yeah,
we needed the blood of the innocent all over the mats. Not enough weapons. They only use fucking tables and chairs.
Yeah, and barbed wire a little bit.
That counts with the chair since it was wrapped up around it.
And teeth. Like, Kevin, don't forget Kevin, full blown.
Oh yeah, shout out to Kevin going full Big Brother. Just fucking bit his forehead and then bit his nose.
Oh man,
it's like you know they're really good friends if they were able to do that.
Yeah, for sure. You know they laughed about that
hilarious. Later. Hell yeah.
Sammy was like, "Did you bite me or like in the first 5 minutes?" And Kevin's like, "I did. I bit the fuck out of your nose."
I bit you twice, bro.
Yeah, and I mean you're right because you know I was watching highlight packages of them through all their matches through all the years, and it's like I mean package pile drivers on like stacked ladders with tables below them. I'm like they could have done way crazier shit. Not in the Dub Z. Not in the Dub Z. Only so much. But yeah, I mean, he beat the fuck out of Sammy. Shouts out Cole too, who was like on one last night. You know, just really, especially after going on like different podcasts and explaining like this new version of him of like who he like. It's kind of really him. Much better commentating than like ever before, as it's been for the past few years already since Paul took over. Damn it, Kevin! That's enough. That's enough, Kevin. That's usually the people in the ring. That's enough. Like there was a time where commentators, when this stuff was happening, they would just go quiet and be like, "Can't believe what I'm seeing right now. It's horrifying. Guys, get out of the way, please. Just get out of his way." And now you got commentators who are like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You can't do that. You can't do this."
And then that's when the wrestlers need to start turning the commentary. Well, I'm doing it, so clearly I'm allowed to, bro. No one's here to stop me.
Well, yeah, for real.
Get fucked.
So KO eventually hits a bunch of fucking power bombs against the apron, fucks up Sammy, and then gets the pin. And then this man was like, "You know what? No.
I'm not done yet.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and package pile driver this motherfucker right here on the concrete, on the exposed concrete." And Randall said, "No, sir. I don't think so." Came out there, slow walked his ass, made Kevin really realize. Like, it's funny too, because they're pointing out that like, oh, that was cool because Kevin really had to realize what the situation was, and he got back into the ring. And you know, I was like, he also, in like retrospect, he could have just like package pile drive Sammy really quick and then got back into the ring and been like, "What? You didn't stop me. I still did it." But they get in there, they brawl. Really great brawl between them. Man, Randy's so fucking good. I mean, you can see the veteran status when he's in there. It's just a different way of looking. He's also just so fucking big. It's crazy. Puts on an RKO fest. RKO's the shit out of everybody, and we almost saw it. Not since COVID have we seen the punt kick, but we almost saw it.
Yeah, because they have to save the punt kick now, because everybody who he's punt kicked since then, they all end up in AEW. So you can't punt kick Kevin. We don't want Kevin to quit and go to AEW.
Right.
So we gotta watch out for that.
Also in the Sami and Kevin match, I mean, Sami, bro, You gotta, fool you once, fool you twice, fool you 4 fucking times, bro. You tried to superplex Kevin Owens like 4 times. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Sorry. You would think you'd learn after time 2. You went to 4. But yeah, the Randy program with Kevin's gonna be great. And Sammy's for sure going on vacation.
Yeah, he's getting Ramadan off. Wilson at the beginning of April or something.
Yeah.
But if he ends up actually coming back a lot sooner, then it's just like, dude, go away.
For real though. Oh yeah, I was gonna make a point because when you're talking about like the match needed some blood, I agreed. I was thinking that too. Not often, really, am I watching a match and going like, man, if there was blood right now, like it would be better. But it definitely needed that, and it made me think because I felt like at one point they were trying to get him to bleed. I couldn't really remember. It just like it seemed like like Kevin was trying to get Sami to bleed. And it made me think of when I told you I was watching the Shawn and Booker watch the first chamber match that they were in. And in that match, Jericho's in it and Shawn gets some color. He gets blood. And to do it, Jericho is blading him. And I've just learned recently before this video that Jericho is notoriously the worst blader in the world. He is really bad at blading. He either makes it look really obvious or he does it too hard and like he fucks up. He is punching Shawn and the camera angle is right over them. If this is them, my microphone, the camera's right on top of them. And Jericho is doing these like very direct punches on top of Shawn's forehead. And he's doing it slowly and emphatically. And every time he does it, another like big cut showed up on Shawn's head. And I was like, whoa, imagine getting punched with a fucking blade. That sucks.
That's not too bad.
Those were the good old days. Well, shouts out to it. I think the unsanctioned match really performed to a good status. And then immediately after that, we all knew there wasn't anything else to happen in the show except for the men's chamber and Cody Rock. Men's chamber starts up. What's to say? Everybody enters in at, I don't know, it kind of felt like random times. Very comical stuff all the way there. CM Punk probably being one of the funniest guys in the entire fucking thing. Also love when he's about to come out and he's the last one to come out and he's like, it's obviously fucking me. Open the door.
No need to do all the overhead shot and all the theatrics.
Yeah.
It's all done.
It's part of Punk's character currently and like how it kind of has been for a while. He doesn't like all that. He's like, yeah. The fans don't need that. He's Mr. Yeah, hit the music thing or whatever the thing is that you guys are going to do. Do that. King of breaking the fourth wall. That being said, I thought that the men's chamber match was it was better than the females match. I think it had more action and also again, it didn't suffer from like somebody getting jumped and taken out of the match early on. They had a full-blown 6-way people enter in chamber match. The stories that were being told in it were better as well. Even though I don't want this, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre thing at WrestleMania, I hope it's a stipulation match if they're gonna do it. Because we've already seen them wrestle a bunch. But if they're going to, I mean, they're good at making the story together. Damian Priest eliminates Drew, and I mean, as if it's even a question anymore. Drew gets up and fucking claymores his dumbass. Gets Damian Priest eliminated.
I mean, it's his own fault.
Mm-hmm.
He can't just do things. He has to talk shit before he does them.
That's right, yeah, because he was talking mad shit to somebody right before DP rolled him up.
Yeah, it was to John. If you want to go fucking pin John, he said some shit and then got crucified, literally. Yeah. And it's just like, you fucking dumbass. Good job. You've done it again.
John was on fire though. When he finally entered into the actual ring to wrestle, like, man, everybody was getting attitude adjusted. Everybody, he was doing all kinds of moves, doing the Cena thing where he's like, I'm gonna hit my bangers, but don't forget, I remember that time when you guys were saying I can't wrestle. So he's always got to throw out some like one other move, and you're like, nice. Also funny when Seth gets in. Seth was one of the starters for the actual match, and goes over to John's cage and said something to him, and John was like, I know, I showed up. Look, I'm here. I made it. John very aware that everybody has been doing nothing but talking about how he's just not here for his own goodbye tour.
Which is kind of dumb that he would still have some shit scheduled for filming.
Dude.
When it started. It's just like, dude, come on now.
I
actually don't even think it's really his fault, because why would you have the first Raw on Netflix in the very beginning of the year? Like, because all he did there is just came out, talked about it, and then left, and then we didn't see him until
Rumble,
whenever the fuck, yeah. So it's like, yeah, bro, because he immediately had to get on a plane and go back to Turkey. It's just like, why are y'all filming out in other countries, bro? Just say where the fuck y'all at.
Y'all can make sets. I know you can. Well, as the men's elimination chamber goes, like I said, DP and Drew McIntyre were the first two to be eliminated. Then I believe it was Logan, which made it down to Seth, Punk, and Cena. Punk, Cena beating up on Seth. Seth giving Cena attitude, saying like, yo, get away from Punk. He's mine. I got his ass. You get the fuck out. Go film some movie. He tells him, go film something. Cena tries to give him some attitude. They get into it. All leading into Seth getting eliminated. But obviously, like I said, that men's chamber was filled with stories between all of them and like extreme what's the word I'm looking for? Stipulations for them, I guess. For everything that they wanted to do. And Seth stomps CM Punk before he gets out of there, tells John to get him, and John gets him. Which should have been the first big hint of what was going to happen. Because when was the last time John took advantage of something like that?
At the Rumble press conference. When he said, I'm what's best for business.
Yeah.
It's the real first clue, because if you're going in the business for yourself, you're cooked.
It's true.
You're not about the people anymore.
100%. Well, John wins. Punk goes to sleep in the STFU. And John Cena wins the Elimination Chamber, main eventing WrestleMania 41 against Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes out, gives a little handshake, goes like, man, this is going to be great. And John's like, they all know it. I know it. You know it. It's going to be crazy. Woo. And just kind of filling time so that way Travis Scott and The Rock can come out. And they come out. They do their entrance. You know how it is. Travis Scott has every opportunity in the world to rap or do any type of lyrics and continues to not. He just sits there and like yells and poses during his own music, which I guess is also kind of cool.
That's budget, bro.
Why?
That's a big budget.
So what you're saying? Like he would charge them more to sing?
Hell yeah, to perform, bro. Fuck all that.
Well, I mean,
doing that shit for free.
I mean, like, but you know, he could literally just say "fiend," and like
that's performing. That's money.
I know. Yeah,
you saying words. You lucky I'm letting y'all even play this motherfucking music at every pay-per-view.
That's true. Fair enough. Well, he comes out. The Rock comes out. They're doing their thing. They walk down. And then now we have to get the conclusion. What is Cody going to say? Everybody's been wondering. And to make a long motherfucking story short, Cody said, hey, Rock, go fuck yourself. Man, what a great delivery. What a great delivery for go fuck yourself. Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself. It was a good delivery, bro.
He sounds like a little kid who just got permission to curse from his dad.
I hate that you're not wrong, by the way.
It wasn't natural at all. I was like, okay.
Especially the way Cena reacted. Cena acted like the dad who gave him permission to say it. He was like, "Oh, said it."
He did the thing.
Yeah, he said it. He's like, "Oh wow, I can't believe you actually said that to him."
I gotta beat your ass, literally.
Yeah, for real. So then Cody and Cena embracing this, like, dude, I can't believe you just told him to go fuck himself. And then The Rock, John, making complete eye contact. The Rock. Got to go up to the cheek. Cut. John Cena kicks Cody Rhodes in the balls. John Cena, for the first time in 22 years, turns heel and beats the fuck out of Cody Rhodes with his daddy's watch too. Oof.
Yeah, they tried to saw somebody saying it was brass knuckles, and I was like, I don't know brass knuckles. I don't think y'all know what brass knuckles look like.
Yeah, Canada's like, those are brass knuckles to us, eh? You're like, no, it's a gold watch. The internet's on fire after this. Like the internet can't believe that this is happening. We'll talk a little bit about why it's happening and you know, theories and on all of this and whatnot. But I have been seeing a lot of the cool comparisons of, like, you know, I'd hate to say that anything that Hulk did was cool, but everybody knows that the NWO thing was probably the coolest thing that he ever did. And like that night, I forgot Dennis Rodman was out there when they started NWO. I was like, oh, so like, it's not like you have to have Travis Scott out there. I know a lot of people have been like being like, dude, I wish he was not in the ring for that. But I'm like, I mean, I don't know. I've never once heard anybody complain that Dennis Rodman was in the ring when the NWO started. So like, who cares? And now that
the Bulls were on fire.
Oh, that's right. Fuck, you're right. That was Jordan era. Yeah. Everybody's like, Travis Scott, get out of there. You're not on the Chicago Bulls. You're not on a fucking 3-peat run with Jordan. But I do like the photos and comparisons. Seeing like so if it was a very cool spot, a very cool iconic thing for sure that happened. Cena turning heel makes for so much cool shit to come up now. But the problem is that, like you said earlier, he's not going to be there now. He literally was like, oh, I genuinely have to go film more stuff, so I'll be back soon. He was like, I'll be back, like, obviously, like, probably next month or something like that. So he's not even going to be here for the first month of this heel run. He's gone. Like, okay. Whatever, man.
Just going to have a bunch of talking.
Yeah, his schedule clears up in summer, apparently. So I'm like, okay. So I think that's why I think he wins at Mania, and takes the belt off Cody, but then Cody gets it back at SummerSlam.
I need him to keep the belt a lot longer than that.
I don't know. He might, but I don't know.
Because them doing that opens up for Randy versus Cena.
Punk versus Cena.
Yeah. You get all the actual matches people want to see and not Cody do his dad's moves for the umpteenth time. So,
Ooh.
you know, that'll give him time to gather himself, keep getting beat up as a babyface all the time.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to stay in shape.
Yeah.
So
100%. Yeah.
He'll be back.
You know, we were talking about it before on the last episode, and I was saying, like, I don't see them, you know, I did say I don't see them turning Cena heel for his last run, but, you know, it just makes sense with things like Cena wants to be challenged, obviously, which is also good because he could just come in here and ham it up and do a bunch of waves and hit the moves and call it a day every time, and people would probably still accept that. But this is like he's actually giving us something of substance to do while he's on his way out, because we're adults. We all know how wrestling is. And just because John Cena turned heel doesn't mean you're going to hate him when he retires. You're going to be like, wow, that was very fun. Thank you, John. And then he'll ride off into the sunset.
I mean, there's no real sunset, guys. The sunset is not real. The sun isn't real. Space isn't real. We're all in pods right now, powering an entire city. Yes, I just hit you with the plot of the Matrix. GG's. Have fun.
I actually thought you left for a second too. I was like, wait, where'd he go? I was like, is it doing this weird disconnect thing? What the? Oh, wow. You got me. You got me. I really thought I was in the Matrix there, and everything was just disappeared before my eyes.
One thing I really need to get done with for some of these pay-per-views, get rid of the whole runway thing. Make it a direct line to the ring. We shouldn't be bending corners to get to the ring. It's getting a little crazy.
Oh, that big long walk-in.
Yeah, I mean the worst one obviously is always Royal Rumble, but it's just like, yo, can we stop this, please? Niggas is wilding, bro.
It doesn't achieve anything, I don't think.
Nah, it doesn't.
Like it's truly pointless. The wrestlers, they don't. It's not like they get to take in the whole entrance because of the long walk. They make the motherfuckers speed up. They're like, go. You have a long walk to do. Go, run, get down there. Oh, also watch the curve at the end.
Don't fall off into the crowd.
Yeah, for real. I'm curious I'm very curious and excited to see what this all means for John. It was hilarious for me to be wearing this Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect shirt whilst he was turning heel, like many people in the crowd, I'm sure. And it was very fun to experience. They definitely achieved what they wanted, which was me out of my chair being like, no way, no way. And all that was playing in the back of my head while I'm taking this all in is John teasing, like in like 2013 or 2015, saying like maybe a little bit of a heel turn, and he was doing his like heel twist in the ring to tease everybody, and I'm like, damn, man, and now it's happening. Let's go.
A better thing that happened was someone brought up that Bray Wyatt brought up, this is the real John Cena this entire time. He's only for John Cena. He's not for the people. He's not for anybody except for himself. And 5 years later, it's here. It's like GG's, chat.
It's happened. Yeah, we had to, I had to let Ian know, because Ian, again, from the outside in, John Cena is the nicest guy on the face of the earth and has never done anything wrong. Unless you watch wrestling, then you more than likely know that he was a absolute menace in backstage politics and very much swung around his status a lot and fucked over people a lot in the company to put himself over. He's a few steps shy of Terry over there. He was a few steps shy of that doesn't work for me, brother. So yeah, this all makes sense. It's going to be great. No more Make-A-Wish. No more hamming it up with the crowd.
Hey, he did his last Make-A-Wish last night, which is crazy. Did
he really?
Yeah, backstage, like before Chamber started, he was doing Make-A-Wish.
Last one. I'm sure once he's done, once he's retired, he'll do more Make-A-Wish again, I'm sure. Well, that would basically cover Elimination Chamber. Let's not forget to bring up things like Liv and Raquel winning the tag team champions on Monday, I think it was.
Yeah.
Shouts out to that. Definitely saw that coming. Oh, man, I wanted to point out, too, that not Sam Radio, my podcast Tribal Chief, he guessed this exact heel turn to a T. He guessed exactly this. He assumed and guessed and predicted that John would win, Cody would come out, they'd ham it up, The Rock would come out, Cody would deny him, The Rock would just turn to Cena and tell him, "You're my guy then," and Cena would turn heel. And he's like, that's the only way I see that happening. That's the only way. I mean, if it's gonna happen, that's the only way it could happen. But otherwise, I mean, I just don't know. I think they do babyface versus babyface, maybe Punk. He had no idea. I'm like, bro, he called it to a T, dude. Shouts out. So like the whole time that was happening, it was like in my head, I'm like, oh my God, is this the exact scenario right now? But yeah, sorry, tangent off for that. Shouts out Liv and Raquel. So excited to see them have the tag team. I was not around when they were tag team champions. I literally just missed it. And now I get to see it happen again at the peak Liv Morgan. But does this save the female tag team championships at all? Does this help the female tag team championship division at all?
It can.
I like that.
I already hate him.
Fair enough. Yeah, they gotta fix that shit up. Shouts out to the Hardy Boys return on Tuesday, and also me and Darnell being able to figure out the mystery behind, what's his name, Miles Bourne, or right? I think.
No.
Yeah. Thanks to the NXT commentators. It's so loud in here. Miles can hear that. Miles can hear it. No clue.
And then him being on Twitter saying, "I don't look like Randy Orton. He hears voices. I can't hear shit."
Yeah.
Like,
well, and it's so funny the things they'll do with characters when they have things like this about them, because forever he wasn't saying anything. He just would be like, they'd be like, "Miles, are you listening?" And he'd go, "Huh?" And now we know he couldn't fucking hear anybody. He can't hear anybody. So the whole time he would just be like oblivious in space is because he can't fucking hear anybody. That's so fucking funny. That is what you call long form storytelling right there. That's good shit. But my point is that it was great to see the Hardy Boys and so much TNA and NXT crossover right now. Like so many different title matches and fucking matchups in general happening between everybody. Cora Jade taking on the TNA Knockouts. Moose and Oba going at it over, I believe it's going to be for the NXT title, I think, or maybe the TNA one. I don't remember. Fraxium going against the Hardy Boys for the TNA titles.
Just to think that just last year, we just would have never seen any of this shit until Jordan Grace came out for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
It was just like, are they doing it? We don't know. And then sure enough, she came back. And then they had, they had Tatum Pax to go to TNA.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did like one or two more matches where people crossed over. Yeah, Joe Hendry came. Yeah, they had the Royal Rumble and NXT. So that's when he came in and got eliminated immediately.
Yeah. And then was like, you haven't seen the last of Joe Hendry.
Yep. And then you had the Rascals.
Yep.
Wesley. I think Jordan came back one more time, and then that's when we had Rumble, and then Joe and Jordan Grace came out for a Rumble.
Right.
And Jordan's here after she had to put over a racist bitch.
Yeah.
They're like, you want out of this contract? You got to put over Blanchard or whatever the fuck her name is. And it's just like, damn. That's crazy.
I was watching this past week's episode of TNA. That chick is a bitch, too. She is a fucking mean bitch. Maybe she's just that good. I mean,
at this point, it ain't even like really acting. Because you go out there and you got the whole crowd doing the reverse Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, but saying her name. It's just like, yeah, you're fucked, bro. And whoever brought you back into the company is also fucked, because why would you do that?
Yep.
You know how people feel, bro.
I mean, she's getting booked to do squash matches. She got a squash match this past week where she just beat up some random, because I didn't even know that. It's my first time watching a full TNA episode. They book it like how WWE used to, like that, like how they kind of were booking for Braun, but like they do it regularly where they'll be like, here's a like high level star that we have, and you'll be like, nice, who are they going against? And then there'll just be somebody already in the ring, and they'll be like, and already in the ring, Joshley, and you'll be like, who the fuck? And then they just dog walk them.
Guy.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, y'all just be doing that over here still. Okay, that's fine. I mean, obviously do your own thing, but it was interesting because that's not something that we really do anymore with local talents. But TNA is based out of Orlando, so
I mean, not like they have a choice,
right? Fair enough. Fair. What do you think about the NXT title versus North American title, Julia versus Stephanie, title for title?
The only thing I saw about that makes sense is one of them is really fucked up. So they have to give the belt up so they can go fucking relax for a little bit. It's just like, that makes sense.
Yeah. If I had to guess which one, I'd probably guess fucking Julia. I don't know.
Probably. Damn, he doesn't have that. But to me, it's fine. It's what's been pretty much pointed at this entire time that they got into the WWE, because they pretty much got in at the same exact time. It's just like, yeah, this is gonna happen, and they've always had good matches outside of like way before they got the WWE. That's how we know that they're so fucking cool with each other.
Right.
They're always hanging out too, like outside, like off camera shit. It's like, oh, they are actually good friends. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like, because only strictly because I don't watch TNA. I don't even know what day it fucking comes on. Seeing Moose wrestle is fucking scary.
Dude,
There's no reason that man should have ran up to the third fucking turnbuckle and did that fucking crossbody like that. I was like, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah,
bro's ginormous. And then to learn that he was actually a football player before all of this. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. But still, that's fucking scary, man.
Seriously, the athleticism on the guy is fucking crazy. Like when he does the spear, you know, like he does it like Bobby Lashley, where he turns into a boulder and flips. But when Bobby does it, he's already turning, and he's like, he does a nice. It's real soft. It looks soft. But Moose hits you, and then somehow after he's made connection, front flip. He's like, aha! It's like he doesn't even have to do it, but he's like, fuck it, whatever, dude. Yeah, Moose is no joke, but Oba's a big man. That's a big man. That's a lot of meat. That's no bread, no water, dude. That's Oba.
Yeah, I think TNA I want to say it comes on Thursday.
Yes.
I saw a clip of Oba over there in TNA, and I guess he had a match, and then what's his name? Fuck, Moose came out, and like he hit him with something, and he didn't fall down. And I was just like, damn, to get bitched in your own company, bro.
For real.
That's crazy.
So serious.
But before we get to that, that match he did have with Lexi King, that was actually really good.
Yeah.
It was pretty fucking good.
I was
confused as shit at first, because I was like, I thought he was here to fight Oba, and I thought, like, that's obviously a pay-per-view match. Why would they do that random fucking Tuesday? So, yeah, pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, I like the I didn't expect the match to like be as competitive as they had made it. Like I thought it was mostly going to be Moose fucking him up. But yeah. I like that. And it it definitely shows like when the whole TNA thing first started, you know, like everybody was complaining, just like putting it down, being like, this is all we're going to get. We're going to get people like the Rascals, and, you know, Tatum Pax is going to come over. And we were like, if you give us some time, the stars will start to align. Everybody will start switching over and doing some crazy shit. And we've gotten such crazy events, and it's only going to get bigger. Like they're not just going to like level off here and be like, okay, this is pretty much the talent we'll have going back and forth. Like, no, eventually AJ is going to show up. He is going to show up. That's a fact. There's going to be some other like main roster stars who show up to just, you know, kind of do something, do anything. And then vice versa too. Like you could easily have Joe Hendry come to SmackDown or Raw, and he would get a big pop. Same for Ziggler. Same for Dolph Ziggler. If you have him show up to do some, my brother Nick Nemeth. Sorry, I
thought, who the fuck's Dolph? I know young Dolph. He dead.
He dead. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. You're right. I don't know if you know this, but he's like out right now in TNA. He's coming back, and every week apparently his little brother is coming out just to walk to the very front of the stage and just go, my brother Nick Nemeth will be back in 15 days, and he just walks off. And you're like,
that's great. That's honestly a good way to build up.
It is great,
because the fact that he has to do that every week, plus people know it's coming, and it's annoying.
Yes, exactly. It's very funny. I mean, how could that show be bad with Santino Marella being the head of whatever he is over there?
The fact that he's over there under the same wrestling name and everything.
Yeah.
That's the same fucking gimmick, fucking everybody's names up and shit. And it's just like, he was the plant. They had him go over there after he retired, and they were like, hey, we're going to work out a deal with them.
Yeah.
We're going to get them over here. And we're going to come over here too. Because his daughter had a match against Lola Vice.
Yes.
Which was good. And it was funny as fuck, because she headbutted her Lola And Santino was on Twitter and was like, yeah, she used to headbutt her stuffies when she was a baby. And it was just like, that's great. An embarrassing dad comment right there.
It's so funny. It's even funnier, like, when you see how great he is and how much people love him. It's funny to know that him and Jim Cornette have beef. I'm like, dude, how could you hate this fucking guy?
I don't know who that is, so none of that matters to me.
Jim Cornette's the guy who's like, oh, listen, y'all, when you guys want to talk some fucking wrestling, you come get me. That's Jim Cornette.
Yeah, doesn't ring a bell. Don't care. If you've never been in the ring or anything like that, shut the fuck up, please. You want some Stephen A. Smith type shit, and I don't appreciate it.
Dude,
Have fun.
I like listening to like his like breakdowns of matches and stuff. Otherwise, he can be obnoxious, especially with the Santino story, which is that like he just didn't like Santino. He was, and like Santino heard about it. And Santino like confronted him, and like when they were in, you know, WWE together, and then like, you know, obviously Jim Cornette just fucking blew up on him and was just a dick, and Santino was like just trying to figure it out, man. And then like ever since then, since Santino was like gone from the company, he'd run into him, and Santino would always be polite and be like, hello, you know, maybe you want to talk today, or maybe, and then Jim Cornette would be like, get the fuck away from me, man, get out of here. And Santino would be like, okay.
People like that,
okay,
the only thing you deserve is a quick beatdown, bro. Because you're only talking like that because you ain't got your ass whooped yet.
Oh, yeah. And Santino's always been huge. So I'm like, how dare you talk to Santino like that? He's built. Like, he will fuck you up. Santino, he's like, Jim Cornette's talking that shit.
Funny.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he did that to Lola.
Yeah,
too.
no, I saw it. Yeah.
And it was even better because, like, she kind of reacted to it. Like, the fuck are you doing?
I was watching by myself, so I'm just sitting there fucking making myself laugh. But yeah, when she did that, when she was like, what if I was like, bitch, you almost died. You don't even know what just happened. He almost took you out. He said, easy, take it easy. So good.
Side note, I've come to the conclusion that I don't think I'm ever gonna be watching AEW.
You don't think so?
Because that's too much fucking wrestling in 1 week.
It really is.
I'm already tired and don't want to be fucking in this fucking chair. I already work from home Monday and Tuesday, so I have no real choice but to just kind of sit here. But Wednesday, nigga,
yeah,
I go to work. I go to the office.
Yeah,
so that's sitting 8 hours under fluorescent lights. That shit ain't balling me.
No.
So then come home and have that alarm go off at 8 o'clock saying AEW. I just look at my phone in disgust. And I'm just like, I don't feel like it, man. I really don't. Not 3 days in a row. That's crazy.
It is crazy how it really can be now 5 days of wrestling out of the week. Like you can, and if there's a PLE, then you can literally get 6. Like, yeah.
Yeah, straight up. Monday, fucking Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then it's just like, go fuck yourself. I'm not doing this. I'm not a real fan, goddammit.
No, yeah. Like,
I'm a hardcore casual.
Hell yeah. I mean, we've always been that way. I try to find, like, I'm like, you know, especially since I'm going to the AEW show. Like,
no. Actually, it is 6 days a week.
Who
because
else?
they have whatever that shit is AEW does on Saturday.
Oh, that's right. Collisions on Saturdays. Yeah, oh my
it's
God.
It's literally six fucking days
of wrestling.
Yeah,
oh my God.
And I mean, thankfully, they're. I think they were in talks of getting rid of Collision because it's like they have low ratings apparently, and I'm just like, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, when y'all fucking started the show, it was because of CM Punk. Y'all need a whole show just for him because motherfuckers didn't want to work with him.
Crazy.
And it's just like, bro, please get out of here.
It's funny
6
too.
days of wrestling is fucking nuts.
Yeah. The AEW show I'm going to in March or in this month, it is it's a Dynamite and Collision taping. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I would not be at that bitch. I'm like, I'm going to the first show. I'll catch the other one on TV.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to the person I'm going with, and I'm gonna be like, you know, listen, if we're like tired or like, you know, whatever, and Collision gets boring, we can just piece the fuck out. No big deal. We're here to see Dynamite because that's where everybody's gonna be. That's Kenny's gonna be there. Fucking Will Ospreay's gonna be there. Fucking Tony Storm's gonna be there. The Hurt Syndicate's gonna be there. You know, it's gonna be a big night because it's their first night ever in Omaha, so they're trying to like bring a bunch of people out. MJF's gonna be there. Hangman, Swerve, everybody. So I'll probably be fucking good to go. Once they start up Collision, I'll be like, it's okay. That's okay. You're not going to get me to spend money on beer for 2 more hours.
Yeah, no, y'all crazy for buying beer outside of like a regular store or anything.
Oh, like at an
honestly.
event?
Bro, I worked at the Buck Stadium. Motherfuckers paying like $6 to $8 for that beer, and like they'd come back hella times, and I'm just
Yep.
like, nah,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here, man.
Well, it's even more expensive now. It's way more expensive. Like just I know at when I went to go see The Weeknd in Raymond James.
Why are you drinking at a concert?
What do you mean? Why am I drinking at a concert? What do you
It's
mean?
Why
wouldn't I drink at a
How are you-
concert? What are you?
How are you enjoying anything?
What? You don't drink and listen to music?
No. I've had the same bottle of fucking Jameson up there
Yeah,
for
I know it's.
damn near 3 years. And on top of that, I can't even drink period now.
Yeah.
So it's just up there for decoration.
Well, here's the scoop, and I'm going to tell you, Darnell. People like to drink at concerts. It's a thing.
I can understand like maybe a fucking country concert or fucking some weird ass pop rock or fucking punk. I mean, honestly, punk music, that's like 50-50 because it's like either it's a straight edge crowd or you got motherfuckers just already just lit the fuck up, going ham in the pit. But that shit don't make sense.
I like how much it throws you off. It is very funny. Well,
because the shit don't make sense. You go, and then on top of that, nigga, you got to drive home.
well, yeah,
Like,
yeah. Here's a scoop, and I'm going to tell you again. Almost 50% plus of people driving home from concerts are lit. They are all lit. I don't,
this is why the police don't like Uber and Lyft.
You're really crushing our numbers. We'd be getting a lot of fucking people. Yeah, that is crazy how like there's cops around like stadiums and stuff like that, and like arenas. Like when you go see, and you're all very obviously coming out drunk, and they're just like, "Get to your car safely, all right? Be safe out there." And you're like, "Yeah, okay." I had 7 beers in there, sir. No, yeah, beers are so expensive now though. Like like when I went to Raymond James, it was like because they only sell like the big tall motherfuckers, so they're like $13-14 for it, and it's like Jesus Christ. I'm like, that's literally a 12-pack of beer I'm spending for just one. Here it's a little different. Like when we're like here again, it's still not great. Like it's $10 for a tall boy. That's not great, but it's literally like $5 to $6 cheaper than down in Florida. But still, I don't know. You just put money aside for it. Like if I'm gonna go see an event, like I immediately put aside like $100 for like food and drinks, so that way I can either drink beer, get snacks if I want to, get sodas. It's the other thing too. Sodas are still like $10 plus. All of it's crazy.
Yeah, that's fine. That doesn't alter your mindset and how you're thinking and your motor function skills.
Well,
Now, if they are, you need to get your shit in check because what are you, fucking 3 years old, bro? Jesus Christ. Getting fucked up off a Sprite?
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I paid for drinks outside of one place one time that wasn't a fucking bar, and he immediately was like, yeah, fuck that. This is an expensive fucking hobby and problem to have. That's crazy. Why am I spending fucking $14 on a cup that's like here?
Oh yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Get out of my face.
For sure. It could be frustrating. It can be frustrating. Also, yeah, I don't, just a few don't alter my mind so I can't experience what I'm watching anymore. But like, for example, like when we went and saw Smackdown, like I think after like, me and Reese were drinking a bit. I think we each had like 5 or 6 beers. And after that, she was like, "You want another?" And I was like, "Nah." I was like, "I'm going to get too fucked up and then not remember a single thing that happened here tonight. I don't want to do that." But just a few. Just a quick $50 on fucking beers. So funny. All right. Well, we side tangented heavy on that one, but that does cover the most important things from this week in wrestling to us. You let us know what we might have missed that you think was important, what you would want to talk about. Let us know down below in the comments. Again, please hit the like button. John Cena's a heel. Let's fucking go. We'll see you guys next week with some more Wrestle Talk. Bye, guys.
Peace.